What a 2 weeks, it has been so much to talk about. New Japan has a new king with Power Rangers belt. NXT did 2 nights takeover as well. With WrestleMania looming with 2 nights to sell. It's time for Markout Mania.
Oh, that was odd.
Saturday. It's time for Markout Mania. It's time to mark out now.
Yeah, that was kind of hot, Pedro. Good job.
Thank you. Hola, amigos, and welcome to the Mark Out Mania.
Woo! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Back, baby, after a week off.
Yes, we are back. We've got James the Extreme Sorno. How are you?
I am good. I am good. I am filled with pizza and beer and baseball. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to talk wrestling. I'm ready to get into it, baby.
And we've got Flash, the God of Thunder. Zeus King Dark. How are you?
Apparently, I'm on fire. Maybe I should grab some marshmallows and some chocolate bars and graham crackers. It's great. It's great. Knocking it out.
God of Thunder.
God of Thunder.
Oh, man. I just want to give a quick shout out real quick. I need to thank my boy, my man, 50 grand, Lord Lux, the funky, furry, ever-loving, blue-eyed Boots, who are perfectly trained to go get me a beer now. So, the cat knows how to get me my beer. It's all good. I'd like to thank Shelly Shell. Had a great time in Delray Beach, great time in Boca Raton. Just want to say thanks. Thank you. I can't wait to do it again.
Did you say he has furry boots or he's a furry?
No. He's a furry cat, but, I call him Funky Furry Boots. It's got blue eyes. He's a cool cat,
Oh, okay.
She's awesome.
The
ever-loving blue-eyed Boots.
Okay, I was just like, I thought you were involved in some furry stuff. I was like, oh
no, I don't wear fursuit. No, I don't do that.
I have
judge you. I mean, unfortunately, judge you if you wear a furry.
I have been exposed to what a furry is, and it's a frightening thing. So no one looked that up. No one.
No, I'm not into furries, Pedro. Although I'm not opposed to throwing on a kaiju suit. I'm just saying.
You're like, we're gonna make this movie old school.
That's funny.
Hey, wait a second. But before we get into, because we got so much shit to talk about. We got stuff to talk about. Before we get into all that, I just want to update real fast. We concluded the Markout Mania Championship tournaments and the. They did not turn out as I thought they would go. Like, I thought the final for the men was going to be Adam Cole versus Jay White, and I thought Jay White was going to win the whole thing. But it was Walter versus Jay White, and Walter won.
Yeah. Walter's got a good presence, that's for sure.
And he's having a huge week. Walter's having a huge week all the way around.
I know. 1 week he wins the Markout Mania Championship. The next week he has 2 matches 2 days in a row. Probably the best 2 matches of those days. It's like, oh my God, he's having a big day, a big week.
He's having a big week. Walter.
What about on the women's championship?
Well, yeah. So there's another one. I thought Taya was going to win the whole thing. I thought she would win the whole thing, but Kana Asuka ended up winning. Did y'all find that?
Frankie, right? What is it? Frankie what now?
Frankie Monet.
What the fuck?
Is that her name now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's brutal.
I hadn't seen it yet. I hadn't seen her in. She's on NXT.
Yeah.
She debuts this Tuesday.
Yeah, this Tuesday she'll
Yeah, because NXT's moved to Tuesdays because there's no more NBC Sports. And so, they'll be showing hockey on USA.
Right.
And then the tag teams, Grizzled Young Veterans beat Desperado and Kanemaru, which again surprised me. I thought Desperado and Kanemaru would win that, but
Yeah. I mean, sometimes people just go with who they know. It's like, oh, I've never heard of these other two Japanese guys. And
I thought Despy and Kanemaru was going to win that, hands down.
Well, I mean, that particular match, but I mean, they had, we had Gorillas of Destiny and Dangerous Techers in the tournament.
I know, isn't it crazy?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
We had those two teams, and they got eliminated in the first rounds.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Anyways, yeah, I did a terrible job doing this.
So
congratulations to Grizzly.
Congratulations to everyone who won.
Yeah, that belts are on back order. Do the fair turnout.
Right.
Oh, Prometheus is on. Okay, there we go.
What a. The only thing worse than Prometheus is the sequel to the Prometheus.
I like Prometheus, Zeus. Don't shit on it, okay? Don't shit on it. It's not bad.
It's a lot of Fassenberg being Fassenberg.
Yeah.
And it's even more Fassenberg in the sequel. Because there's
Covenant.
I haven't seen all of Prometheus, so I can't say anything about it. I've seen the last 20 minutes because it was.
It could have been a lot better than what it was. It could have been a lot better than what it was, but he's Ridley Scott. What are you gonna do?
There's a YouTube channel called Cinema Sins.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever seen it, they dissect a lot of movies and stuff, and it's funny because Prometheus gave birth to their sin called the Prometheus School of Running Away. So when something because the giant donut, half donut, alien ship. At the end of Prometheus, is rolling end over end like a giant, snake that bit its tail toward Charlize Theron, and she runs in line directly away from it instead of running off to one side or the other. So that created the Prometheus School of Running Away.
Like I said, it's not a perfect movie. Okay, there's a lot of shit that's wrong with it. I get it.
There's some things in it I like. But.
Oh my goodness!
Hey man, it's an alien movie. What can I tell you?
Yeah,
it's a Ridley Scott, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Ridley Scott. He did that and Covenant.
I remember the trailer being awesome for that movie for Prometheus.
Yeah, I saw that in the I saw Prometheus in the theater in the IMAX too, and I was so hyped for it. And then I watched it, I was like, okay, I have to like it, but I went back, I watched it again, and I was like, okay.
You have to like it
because I like the universe. I love the alien universe. So it's a story within the alien universe. So
you're like, I subscribe to this fandom.
Yeah, I'm like an AEW fan. I have to like it.
Yeah, I subscribe to this. I have to be a fan no matter what.
Yeah. No, but I found the aspects of the movie good. Other aspects it's like Zeus pointed out was obvious, and you're like, come on, Not to mention the dolphin alien that fucking came out at the end of the movie, but other than that.
I just remember the trailer with the siren noises and showing people running and this and that.
Actually, speaking of movies, Godzilla vs. Kong was dropped too, but we won't get into that because it won't be right unless we have the Kaiju Queen Heather actually with us as we review the movie. But I'll just say I enjoyed that too, very much.
I still haven't seen it yet, so.
Bro,
sorry, man.
How did you do that? It was like brutal, like a Spanish thing, but like brutal, like super fast. I was like, holy shit! It almost like a sneeze, like brutal.
I'm just waiting for Pedro's take on it because he shits on everything if it's not Seven Samurai.
Well,
all right. Let's.
We're gonna. The thing is, I have to watch it again. Okay?
Oh, here we go. Jesus.
I do have to watch it again. I've only seen it the one time.
It's a popcorn movie, Pedro. You don't have to watch it again.
James, it is a Godzilla movie in theory.
Yes. Yes. True. So, I agree.
I will always throw out your argument about it's a popcorn film. It can be a piece of shit. It's not true. Okay, it's not true.
Okay.
So we'll see. I have to watch it again. I'm gonna confess, like Bean and I will be talking about it on our next crap talk. So like we both have to go through it. And then when
I'll wait for the Kaiju Queen to come on the show, and then we'll get into it.
Yeah, so like
I'm sure I'll see it by then.
You better. Goddamn Zeus!
Wowzer. Taking the Lord's name in vain on a Saturday morning. Jesus.
At least it's not a Sunday.
That's true. Hey, well, what do you guys want to talk about first? Because there's so much shit. We should talk about the New Japan because that happened like before the other events.
Yeah, right. It's more than meets the eye, that belt. You know what I'm saying?
Dun, 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 dun.
Now, I was like, Will Ospreay won a Transformer? I was like, that's so cool.
Oh shit, that would be awesome if man. And you take the plate off and you start turning it into a robot.
No, yeah, you just start shifting it around to make it like back,
you remember
you can make it look like the original belt. That would be
cool. There you go, Zeus,
Do y'all remember those watches in the 80s that could transform into little robots?
Yep. I have to say this though. Okay, Zeus, I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's like if you didn't have enough money for a real transformer, you could buy one of those watches for like $1.99.
Yep. Those watches were everywhere back in the day. Remember that?
Yep.
I have to say this though. They did away with one of the best looking championship belts because that IWGP belt was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, and they did away with that for,
Hey, can I throw an idea out there?
Huh?
Oh yeah, what were you saying? Transformer?
No, they just did away with that belt, with the Transformer belt. Although it has to grow on this because that's going to be the strap. So,
I just want to throw an idea out there. In Stardom, they sometimes do a thing because they have like 2 or 3 different belts at this point. Although they're like the basic same design, but there's little differences in them. So when someone wins the red belt, they get a choice as to which version of the belt they want to carry. Because there's like 2 or 3 different versions at this point. And so they get a choice. Like Mayu's last title reign, she chose the original strap that had like kind of it had something incorrect on it, but she wanted that one because it was the original belt. And then when Utami won it back in November, she wanted the most recent update of it.
Yeah.
What if they did something like that, where when you win the title, you get to choose which version of the
Man,
belt?
you take my ass back to 1981. That's the belt I want.
That classic belt? Yeah.
The belt they used through the 80s.
That was a nice belt. That was a nice belt.
Round dinner plate.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, tell us what happened, Zeus.
Well, before that, also talking about that belt, the photography makes a big difference on how you really see that belt, because I've seen some really good photographs of it that kind of it make it look better. I mean, overall, it's it kind of looks like the Shadow Low organization from Street Fighter. It looks like that the wings and the skull head thing at first to me. But I mean, I thought, well, this kind of fits, Ibushi's, crazy ass.
Yeah.
But that and the New Japan Strong belt that they are.
That belt looks better than the other one, quite frankly, and that belt looks like shit.
Well, these 2 belts were not designed by the guys that designed the other belts.
Okay.
Okay, the guys that design the other belts are the same guys that do the Stardom belts. The Top Rope guys. top rope belts. This IWGP World Heavyweight Championship and the New Japan Strong Championship made by Dave Milliken, the guy who made...
Dave Milliken made those? Really?
Oh,
He's
wow.
usually a good belt maker.
So,
Yeah,
and
he's
like I
famous.
said, you know, they probably wanted to go a different direction with that, and I'm sure it was, you know,
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
you know, I'm sure as much of a choice for New Japan. But yeah, it does look like it transforms into a gun
That would be awesome.
for a Power Ranger.
Oh, that would be awesome. Transform into something.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. I apologize. It was the doorbell. It was Mrs. Zero. She's here, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
I was saying, James, that the belt does look like it transforms into a Power Ranger gun.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's a brutal looking belt. I mean, you know, but you know what it does? Everybody's talking about it. Everybody,
Yeah.
it's bringing eyes to New Japan because everybody wants to see these new straps. You know.
You know, I could hear Will Ospreay going, "It's morphin' time."
So, what do you think, Zeus? I meant to ask you too. What do you think about Will Ospreay bringing the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion?
Well, you know, here's the thing: is you know, he'd been on a roll, and you know, kind of like Pedro said, you know, he could have, you know, it wasn't out of line for the way that he's been, you know, this last 12 months.
Right.
You know, these last 12 months for him have been, you know, it's just been ever increasing. You know, of course, you know, Okada getting the big win at the Tokyo Dome in January, but overall, I mean, Ospreay's been, you know, moving, you know, forward, and you know, now he's got his own faction, and the whole thing is the complaints I've seen where people are like, you know, well, Ibushi deserved a longer reign.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, you know, to me, it's like because a lot of us, and me included, you know, we were all assuming that this is going to be a long run.
Right. I'm right there with you. Mm-hmm.
You know, not that I necessarily wanted it to be, but I thought it would be. And the thing with, you know, if you don't have shocks and surprises, you know, then people are going to get in. They're not going to care as much because they're, you know, it's like if you don't think something can happen at any given time, then why are you going to watch everything? You know, I mean, it's like, you know, back in our, you know, in the 80s, you know, 70s and 80s, like you wanted to go to every house show you could go to, you know, that came near you if you could, because you never knew, you know, the you know, a title might change hands because they didn't used to let you have that on TV.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, you know, for everybody who thinks that, you know, that's it for Ibushi, it might not be. He might not win it back. He'd probably win it back this year. Probably. Who knows? But, you know, for guys like, you know, like Tommy Rich, you know, he won the world title and lost it, and neither match was ever on TV. It was never even filmed.
Wow. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think there's a clip of Tommy Rich winning the fucking belt.
I only remember one picture of him with the NWA Championship belt, and that was in a PWI match. That was the only picture I've ever seen of him with the belt.
Yeah, that's
never
probably
even
because
seen.
after one of their photographers was probably there at the event,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and because they had several pictures of him, you know, holding the 10 pounds of gold.
Yeah. I've never seen any other picture but that one picture of him. So, yeah, I totally get it. But I thought Ibushi was going to be a long run, too, at least until the end of the summer, I thought.
And once again, that's a safe bet. And the thing is, you can't, you know, what's the point if you're not even going to be a serious challenger because you think, well, it's so early in his run, he's not going to lose the belt, you know, so you have to generate the interest like that.
Especially after making the big deal how they're going to, you know, how they're going to combine the belt, then you have a new World Heavyweight Championship. I'm like, okay, you know, that's cool. You know, I'm down with that. But yeah, I was shocked as hell. As soon as I looked on Twitter, I was on vacation. I looked on Twitter. I said, wait, what?
Yeah.
I was like, I was in the middle of a Yankee game, fucking watching New Japan highlights. You know, you know, I was like, what's happening? I said, yo, man, Will Ospreay just won the new championship belt. That looks like a transformer. I said, what the hell's going on here?
It looks like a transformer.
You know, I'm trying to order a beer. I'm trying to watch a game. I'm trying to eat a slice. I'm trying to look at Will Ospreay. I was overwhelmed.
I was lucky. I woke up real early in the morning, and I just put it on my phone, and I watched. I think I watched the junior tag team match, and then I skipped to the main. Well, I wanted to see who was coming out, you know, for United Empire, which turned out to be the newly renamed Aaron Hanare.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he looks pretty badass. I mean,
He does. He looks good.
You know, shades of NWO Masachono.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only laughing because a lot of the online talk that I saw with AEW fans, they were Hanare's new look. They were like, he looks like a cheap knockoff of Kenny Omega when he was.
Oh my stars and garters! Get the hell out of here!
Yeah, I saw.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well.
Yeah. The AEW fans hate this title change so much because they had fantasy booking of Kenny Omega and Ibushi and
Ibushi coming to AEW. Yeah. No, that's not happening. Better not.
Well, I mean, you know, the whole thing is I think there's some, you know, of course, you know, what a lot of people's knee-jerk reaction is like, oh, we can have our forever, you know, everything interlinked and everybody can, you know, we can all work together and blur, blur, blur. Like, you know, no, it doesn't really work like that.
Y2H2, what's going on? I'm sorry, Pedro, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no, I was going to say the same thing. Shout out to YYH in the chat. Right?
Shout out to Double Y, Double H. Woo!
Hope you feel better soon.
Feel better. Fall asleep. Nighty night, bunny rabbit.
Oh, my God. So Zeus, you were saying you were lucky. You woke up early. You saw the new member, and
yeah, and then I watched the main event, and I was shocked because I you know, you just thought that Ibushi was going to win it. You know, he pulled down the, you know, it was getting late in the match, and he pulled down the knee pad because Ospreay survived one of the knee strikes to the face.
Yeah.
But I think it was, you know, Chris Charlton on commentary is like, nobody's ever, you know, survived the Kamigoye with the from the bare knee, and then Will Ospreay escaped that and hit the Stormbreaker, and then I almost stopped. I was like this is pretty cool. I almost stopped, and then I kept watching, because of course he gets the big celebration, and everybody comes in there, and Jeff Cobb picks up Ibushi like a sack of flour and hits him with the Tour of the Islands, and so Ospreay's laying into the crowd and telling everybody how great he is, and I was like, I want to thank everybody for absolutely nothing because I did it all myself, and Okan he's a good mouthpiece. He says a lot of good stuff, for the crowd in Japanese, and I believe he did the introduction technically for Hanare before that 6-man match, and so there's they're setting up a Jeff Cobb and Ibushi feud, and then Ospreay called out Okada, and Okada came to the ring, and then Shingo invited himself to the ring.
Oh,
and then so they were arguing about who's gonna fight Ospreay next, and once again Shingo's breaking out the English, which it's great. He's sounds pretty good. Sounds like he understands what he's saying, and so Ospreay's gonna face Okada next, and then Shingo after that if he survives Okada.
Do they really cause controversy by having fucking Ospreay drop to Okada just like that? Or is that playing too much of a hot potato?
I mean, it seems like too much like a hot potato, but I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's maybe the good thing is we don't know. We'll see.
It's definitely piqued my interest. I'll tell you that. But now I want to really watch it. I'm like, wait a minute.
I want to throw something out there.
Yeah.
So last year, Naito. Naito. He did the double at Tokyo Dome,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Then
dropped it to Evil.
Mm-hmm.
Then won him back from Evil, and then dropped it at the Tokyo Dome this year. Does any of this feel slightly deja vu to y'all?
I mean,
New Japan Cup winner wins the title again, 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
well, 3 years in a row. Technically, because Okada did it in 2019. But
is it a formula? Yeah.
It doesn't feel too much like that to me, but I mean it's because that was all the way in July.
Well, there is reasons outside of everyone's control for that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why it doesn't feel like it's the same thing, Pedro. You understand what I'm saying? It's similar. I totally get where you're coming from, but it because of everything that has happened, and everything the timeline's been pushed around, it doesn't feel exactly like that. It's a little different, But I get it. Yeah.
Also, I thought he was gonna face Shingo first, then Okada.
I could be wrong.
I don't know. I thought that was what I heard. Which, because that made me think, like, what if he?
Are they gonna repeat the finals, or like
It just made me think, what if they have him drop it to Okada in his second defense, and then Okada holds on to it to Tokyo Dome, and then he drops it to Ibushi again. I'm just going off. Everything seems somewhat cyclical and formulaic to me. So I'm like, I wonder if that's what's going on.
So that kind of makes Osprey's title run non-existent, basically.
I don't know.
If you play it off like that, I mean, if you play it like that,
who knows what's going to happen?
I think this is big for Osprey. I think this is even bigger for getting his faction over, especially with Hanari now. You know, he's all transformed. He's transformed. He's all in. You know, so I think this is going to make his faction bigger, and I think that's the point too. They want to get this faction over big time.
They still don't have a junior,
right?
Oh, that's true.
So I'm sure they will.
So here's something interesting. Speaking of the juniors, so Roppongi 3K reunited. First night back for Yo. First match back for Yo, coming off that injury for what? 8-9 months?
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Right. And so together in their first night, they were able to defeat Desperado and Kanemaru. I tell you, Kanemaru I really enjoyed watching him. It may be one of my favorite recent tag team matches with him. He really did a lot of work, offense and getting crap kicked at him. And it's interesting because, New Japan always has guys, decked out, to make them look their best, and so Sho comes out and he's got the look that he's kind of had, and he's wearing, gold and black, with the, and he's all, intense and everything. He's got the blonde hair and or maybe didn't have blonde hair, but anyway, he kind of looked the Roppongi 3K part. Well, Yo comes out. Yo's got his hair's like back to natural color, and he's wearing instead of tights, he's got like long shorts on, and the high and the kick pad, knee pad deal, and he's in black and white. I mean, he looked like a member of Suzuki Gun. So, and then
maybe a little bit of foreshadowing.
I don't know. Well, see, and then after the match was over with, Desperado gets back in the ring with them, and he walks over to Yo, and he tells him, he talks to him for about 15 seconds or something. Not long, but he tells him a few things, and then he leaves the ring. So I'm just like, I don't know how much longer Roppongi 3K is going to be together, but
I thought it was a short reunion.
I mean, any little thing, any little crack in the armor now, could be, we could see a different Yo, and
it's interesting. That's interesting. That's definitely interesting because it could be a bit of foreshadowing. You don't know, Yeah. It could be.
I mean, it's the Suzuki Gun guys. They do things kind of their own way. They say shit that's in their own little world that it's just. I mean, and they you can kind of tell. I mean, it feels like they do stuff that's, not, like it feels a little bit more improvisational. It feels a little bit more, interesting to me. So.
New Japan making things interesting.
Yeah, and then this Tuesday, this Tuesday show is free if you're not paying for New Japan World. You can watch the New Japan Dontaku this week for free, and that is Suzuki with Desperado and Kanemaru against Shoyo and Gabriel Kidd. Taichi, Zack Sabre Jr. and Doki against the GOD and Jado. Goto, Ishii, Yoshihashi, and Hanma against Evil, Kenta, Yojiro, and Taiji Ishimori. Tanahashi and Yano against Gato and Dick Togo. And the main event is Shingo, Naito, Sanada, Bushi against Ospreay, Okan, Jeff Cobb, and Aaron Hanare. So
no Okada on this card? How am I living?
No Okada and no Jay White.
No Jay White either, huh? Oh, Zeus, I meant to ask you. Who do you like is going to win the New Japan Pro Strong strap? Is it going to be Brody King?
He seems like, to me, he's like the one most on the roll, and he's the one that's I don't know. I think he's maybe the most physically imposing, all around.
Ain't gonna be no Leo Rush, that's for sure.
I mean, it's an open weight title technically, so who knows? I mean, people are just you gotta. It's a hard time against Brody King and that pile driver, man. That thing's fucking nasty.
Yeah.
So, Brody King is. I enjoyed watching him live at that Ring of Honor show.
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
Yeah, I've gotten to see him a few times. In Crockett Cup and in the Ring of Honor show that I went to also. So. Yeah,
I Brody King. I think he should win that strong strap.
The New Japan show from Charlotte.
Oh, he was there too?
Yeah, it was him and Marty against Jeff Cobb and Gresham.
Yeah, he was part of that what was the name of that group Marty's girl had? Villain
Inc.
Villain Enterprises.
Yeah. That was it. Yeah.
Well, Zeus's favorite part of the movie's coming up. Run, Charlie's, run!
Run! It's a mile long. Run away from it in its path.
Mm-hmm. Oh man!
I wasn't shitting on the Will Ospreay title win. By the way, it just some things sometimes lately feel kind of predictable. So I just like.
Well, I
didn't predict this. Yeah. I didn't predict he would win. I knew I
didn't think he was going to win.
I predicted he would win the New Japan Cup. Yes, I didn't predict he would win this, but now that he did, I go like, oh well, this seems like we're back into a similar pattern.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
I said earlier, I thought Ibushi's going to hold the straps at least this summer.
But that's. There's a thing about some baby faces, and they're not great champions. They're great challengers.
Yeah, Ibushi fits that. You're absolutely right, Zeus.
So
he's better chasing than actually defending.
Probably. I mean, I mean, it seems like he should have settled in, but people just who knows? He might be a little hurt. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, it's true too.
Well, a lot of people forget because he looks so young that he's been around a really long time. He's not so young. So
that guy is in incredible shape, though, Pedro. I mean, Jesus. I mean, he looks like nothing could hurt him, and the whole history with his neck. You know, I mean, his big, and they keep dropping him on his neck in every match.
Yeah. He likes to drop himself on his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, him
Yeah.
and Naito usually are a bad combination for each other. But in that regard.
Yeah, so Wrestling Dontaku, night 2, Tuesday, May 4th, and that's Ospreay against Shingo. And
Ospreay against Shingo.
Yeah, and the winner of that match will defend the title against Okada at the Wrestle Grand Slam at the Tokyo Dome on May 29th.
May 29th. Okay.
Okay, see now I'm like, okay, Okada's winning at the Tokyo Dome.
You think so?
Yep. He's winning at the Tokyo Dome, and then he's holding to the next Tokyo Dome Wrestle Kingdom.
I don't know. Maybe
I could be wrong, but I will hold me to it. We'll see.
At night 2,
so he's going to beat Shingo. He's going to beat Shingo and then drop it to Okada. That's what you're saying, Pedro?
Yes.
Okay.
Desperado's defending against Yo on night 2. So, and then it's Tanahashi who finally defends the never open weight title against Jay White.
That's
be a ladder match on the card.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, Jay White and Tanahashi is a ladder match?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay, I was like, fuck that.
A ladder match with Tama Tonga versus Taichi battling for Izuka's Iron Fingers from Hell.
Holy shit.
That should be interesting. Run, Charlies, run!
Night 1, the Roppongi 3K have to defend the junior tag team titles against the former champs. So, and Tanahashi and Ibushi reunite to face Aaron Hanare and Jeff Cobb. And Will Ospreay and Okan will take on Shingo and Naito.
Okay.
Well, those sound like good cards.
Highlights. So.
Those sound like good cards.
Yeah.
Speaking of good cards, James.
Yes, sir.
We had 2 nights of NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver this week.
And a little bit of Prelude thrown in.
Yeah, we had NXT UK Prelude in the middle there.
That was some good stuff, man. There's some good stuff.
Let me pull up something here.
I was fairly happy with NXT TakeOver. You know, it had a few hiccups. You know, that was basically night 2. I thought night 1 went fantastic.
Oh well, let's start with night 1. I did not see Tony Storm, Zoe Starks. How was that?
It was overproduced. They looked like they were trying. It looked like they were trying to kill time, so like everything was slowed down. But there was some good stuff thrown in there. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It could have been a lot better. I expect better.
I was kind of surprised Tony Storm lost.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. It was a bit, you know, it was supposed to be a dope, you know, it was supposed to be a dark match, opening match. It was all right. Yeah. You know.
We turned into Seinfeld. This is a Seinfeld episode of Mark Out Mania now.
It was like MZ. Yeah. You know. So. But it was good. But the first match, you know, that I mean, what was the match rundown, Pedro? Go ahead.
Okay, so the first match on night 1, which I want to set something up for when we get to night 2. When I was watching it, I was like, why can't they shell out the money for Adam and the Ants Stand and Deliver for this instead of with generic rock shit? But
yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. I should have never put that out in the universe. So you had Kushida versus Pete Dunne in the opening match. I
thought it was a good match. You know, you can never go wrong with a Pete Dunne match. Okay, it was good stuff. At times Kushida looked invincible. Gee, I wonder why. But it was
He did not sell shit until the very end
no,
of the match.
no, he didn't.
Pete Dunne was like destroying his arm or his hand, and he just like
Yeah, his fingers.
Yeah, he didn't sell shit until the end. I was like,
Yeah. It was a good match, though. It wasn't a bad match.
yeah, it was a good match, but you gotta sell. I mean,
You got to sell. Hey, listen, I dump all over Gumby for not selling the Ishii. You got to sell. You know what? I have to say the same thing about Kushida. You got to sell, especially the Pete Dunne, because you'll break your fingers.
hey, here's the question: what is Kushida's trajectory now? Because he came to NXT. I don't know if you remember, he had that feud with Walter. They had that awesome match.
That was an awesome match, by the way. Yeah,
he got injured in that match. No surprise.
Yeah,
no surprise.
Yeah.
Then he came back. It was vying for the cruiserweight title. Didn't happen. Has been through numerous feuds. He only won one of them, which was against the Velvet, pervert and
the Velveteen Molester.
And he's lost all the other ones. I'm like, so what is going on with him?
I don't know. I think he's stuck in a holding pattern. Maybe he's just buying his time until he leaves. I don't know. But it's a good watch. The fans are excited to see him. I like watching Kushida. It's not, but I totally agree. Then now what?
Then you have the Gauntlet elimination match, which I thought that match was pretty good.
I thought it was very good. I thought Swerve was the star of that match.
Oh yeah.
Killshot killed it.
Zeus, yeah, you would have dug that because Killshot Swerve, yeah, he was really good in that.
He was the star of that match.
Nice.
He did for that match exactly what Cameron Grimes did for that ladder match. Remember that, Pedro?
Yep.
Yeah, that was Swerve's turn. I mean, Swerve, he actually held that match together. It was some good stuff. It was some really good stuff in that match. Bronson Reed, woo, killed it.
Yep. Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed.
He gets to challenge Johnny Gargano on night 2 for the North American title, and then we had Walter versus Tommaso Ciampa.
That was a badass match. Not for nothing. I thought that match was good.
Yeah.
Did you say Walter or did you say like Walter?
Walter.
Walter. He says Walter.
Yeah, you're supposed to say.
Sounds like he's from Transylvania.
Yeah.
Watch out for the Walter.
Look up how the W is pronounced in German. You will see I'm pronouncing it correctly. So,
my grandparents and great grandparents didn't fight in World War II for me to have to learn German.
Okay.
There you go, Walter.
Yes, Walter versus Tommaso Ciampa. Walter versus Tommaso Ciampa.
I thought Tommaso Ciampa held his own, man. You want to talk about stiff, both of them.
Oh man, what he did to Walter's chest. Holy shit.
Well, Walter's chest fucking was bubbling. Okay.
Like he hit himself?
Yeah.
No.
It was bubbling.
It was like he was doing it to himself, but yeah, it was Ciampa doing it to him. Yeah,
it was bubbling. It was like those bubbles looked like boils. I mean, he ripped Walter's chest up, man. So, he was beating the shit out of him at one point.
Yeah, the story was basically Ciampa took away Walter's chops.
Yeah,
he took away his hand. Walter was having
It's a Walter's credit. He sold it good.
Oh, he always sells. That's one thing. That dude always sells stuff.
So he sold it pretty good because he kept grabbing his arm.
He was selling it all throughout the match. After the match.
He was trying to chop. He was trying to chop Ciampa, and he couldn't chop. So.
Oh, I know it. I know they gimmicked the table.
That was funny.
But him chopping the table, like breaking the table, that I kind of marked out for that, even though it was a gimmick deal. I know.
Fucking Walter chopped the table and the table broke. That was hot.
Yeah.
But I thought the match was good, Pedro. I give credit to Ciampa, but that power bomb, Jesus! I thought Ciampa's neck was going to snap.
Oh yeah.
I was like, ouch. But it was good. It was good.
In my opinion, that was the best match of night one. Was that one?
Okay, I'll give you that. Maybe
the best match of the night. I know you're gonna say you probably like the main event more because of the result, but as the match quality, Walter and Ciampa was better.
I'll give you that. It was a better match.
Yeah.
It was a better match.
I did get a laugh. How many people online? There were I saw a lot of fans being like, "He has to drop the belt here. He has to drop the belt." And I was thinking, are y'all not aware of the NXT UK thing the next day?
I know people don't get it. People just don't get it.
Yeah.
You knew Walter was going to win. Everybody knew Walter was going to win. Yeah. Yeah, it's defending the title the next night.
Yeah, we talked about this the last time we did the show. Yeah, they telegraphed how that was going to go.
That was a big faux pas by WWE.
Then we had the NXT Tag Team Title three-way match, or as I like to call it, the AEW match of the night.
It's funny how NXT showed AEW how to do an AEW match, and even though it's better than most AEW matches, the fucking NXT version of their AEW match absolutely still sucked. Okay, it was first of all, it's a spot fest. I hate fucking spot fest. Okay, I can't stand the spot fest. It's a spot fest. Everybody's getting into position so everybody can do their spots. I hate that. A. B, the stupid spot of the night goes to when he was trying to tap out and his other partner stopped his hand from hitting the mat so he couldn't tap.
Yeah.
I was like, that's it. I give up. I'm about to change the fucking channel. No. Okay? Then that's ridiculous. And just on that alone, I thought that was the worst match of the night. It was entertaining. It was entertaining, but if I want to watch AEW, I'll watch AEW.
Yeah, hands down, James. It was the worst match of the night.
I wasn't feeling it.
I do not like MSK / the Rascals or whatever they were called in
they're okay. I have no problem with them winning the straps. I have no problem with grizzled young veterans or the Phantasma winning the straps. I have no problem with any of those teams winning the strap.
No, MSK sucks. I'm gonna be brutal about it. I didn't like them in TNA, and I don't like them here. They're just a bunch of spot monkeys. Spot.
It's
Let's do our thing. You jump in the air, I push you in the air.
It's the Young Bucks 2.0. Yeah, I get it. And
I mean, the thing is, every time they're on, I'm like, I wish they had gone to AEW because then I wouldn't have to see this shit. But it's like they're here because they're like, oh, let's keep these people from those people, and I'm like,
well, that's the WWE's answer to the Young Bucks. It's going to be MSK.
I don't care for them. They're not my cup of tea. But
the match was it was entertaining, but I thought it was stupid.
It was interesting, James. You said they did a better version of the AEW match. It's interesting you say that because didn't I say this was like a cleanly executed version of the AEW Spot Fest?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It really was that. This was the clean version, like clean execution version of that thing. Yeah. I thought the best execution for the high spots, by the way, were I don't know if it was Mendoza. I think it was Raul Mendoza. One of his dives. He did a corkscrew dive.
Yeah. Beautiful. Mendoza. Yeah, it was good.
Execution. Then we have the main event. Io Shirai defending the NXT Women's title against Raquel Gonzalez. What happened, James?
and new NXT Women's Champion Raquel Gonzalez. The match was good. It started off a bit. Okay, I think the timing was a little off between the both of them, but that changed real quick.
Yeah.
And they both got on the same page. They did their high spots, and Io Shirai was going to dive off of something, and sure enough, she did onto Raquel Gonzalez. Although I thought somebody broke their ankle, I was like, "Holy shit! Look at Io Shirai's ankle; it's like up by her neck," but she was fine. Raquel Gonzalez sold and made, but even better, Io Shirai made Raquel Gonzalez, and you know what? Made her look good. So I thought it was a good match. I can see, although a lot of people don't like Raquel Gonzalez, I can see her going on a babyface run.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I think everything is there for. I don't know if this reference is gonna be weird, but the Diesel Shawn Michaels thing.
Yeah.
Where Diesel won the title and Shawn Michaels like kind of turned on him because he resented it. Like his bodyguard won the title before him.
Yeah. I see Dakota Kai doing the same thing. Yeah.
Because they've already planted the seeds for Dakota Kai and Raquel having issues. Like and also I think this match, I think it was a pretty good match. I thought it was pretty good.
It was a good match. There was some good stuff in that match.
I think Io Shirai like showed everyone the role the rest of the women's roster is gonna have here. I'm not saying Raquel Gonzalez is bad. She's not bad, but she's obviously, I don't think she's like at the point of her development where she can lead matches.
No, not yet.
So Io Shirai was like showing the rest of the women like, look, you're gonna have to make the things happen. Like Io Shirai kind of made the openings, she made the pace, she made this and that. Yeah. She made the things happen.
Dictate the match, and
it made Raquel Gonzalez look awesome, right?
Well,
it made her look fantastic, and so
just like Rhea Ripley did at New Year's,
exactly, yeah. Both of them really were like, hey, look, the more people lead her like that, the more she's going to get there.
Well, that goes to show the testament of Raquel Gonzalez because it could be given because if you have talent willing to do all that stuff for her, then you know what, she must be either that talented or that a good or she's a really good person, so
she is like the best version of the female monster they're gonna get in a long time.
So.
Because Nia Jax isn't it, right?
No, she's a failed experiment.
So it's gonna be Raquel.
Yeah.
Dakota Kai is a great candidate to be like her like first challenger, like when they split up, because Dakota Kai, I know we've joked about her physique because she's so frail looking, but she's really good in the ring, and she could do that role. Like, 'cause we saw her and Ember Moon be the glue in that War Games match. Like, that's something she can do. She can do that role. So,
but I thought it was a good match. I love the result. I love the post-match stuff too, with all the smoke and the pyro. And she held the belt there going and like a lot of people were booing, and a lot of people were cheering. But I love the fact that she pointed at the people that were booing, going, "I told you, I told you." I dug that. It wasn't generic. It was good.
It was one of those times where they saw someone had momentum, and I think they were a little bit in danger of her losing that momentum by having her involved in that the Dusty Rhodes Classic stuff. But they got it back on track, and
they pulled the trigger. They did the right thing.
Yeah, it was the right result.
Now, and her reaction was genuine. That was hot.
Oh yeah. Hey, what happens to Io Shirai now? Does she go to the main roster?
She's headed to the main roster, yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna be bad.
It's gonna suck.
That's gonna be bad.
Yeah. It's gonna suck. But I could see her becoming either Raw or SmackDown champion. Easily.
Yeah, we'll see.
Easily. But we'll see what kind of storyline she gets, how good she pushed. It all depends.
Hey, so after the day after that, before we got to Takeover Night 2, there was NXT UK Prelude.
Yes.
We had Tyler Bate versus Noam Dar in the Heritage Cup match.
That match was good. I'm sorry. That match was fucking good. Tyler Bates killed it in that match. I'm sorry, he did.
No, both of them were good in that match.
Yeah.
Noam Dar is always good, I feel.
He's turned into a really effective heel.
They've kind of made him maybe too comedic in a way where we're getting to the
that stupid talk show that he had. Yeah,
he may not be able to take him seriously in the future, but
he keeps wrestling like he just did. Then I have no problem.
I know, but like you and I have marked out over his matches in the past, and then he keeps doing that talk show and becoming kind of a clown, and you're like, well,
yeah.
I thought the women's tag match was good, the Mako Satomura, and I do not like this name they've given Millie McKenzie, Amelia McKenzie.
Yeah, and she got the pin.
Yeah,
and she got the pin.
She pinned Isla Dawn. Yeah,
Isla Dawn. Yeah.
Millie McKenzie, just call her Millie. Why can't you call her Millie?
I don't know.
When she was in NXT UK before, they called her Millie. Like,
call her Hooker. Who gives a shit? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they changed the name, but fine.
Amelia.
What are they gonna do? Give her an airplane gimmick if she gets lost? No, come on.
I did laugh. I don't know if you saw this, James. I laughed because the CMLL cameraman appeared in this match. There were two or three times Isla Dawn was on the apron, like while Kaylee Ray was doing something in the corner to an opponent, and the cameraman went right up to Isla Dawn's butt.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I was like, oh, the CMLL cameraman is back.
Hey, he wants to share the view with the world.
To share the view with the world. And then
who are we to let him stop him? Who are we to stop him?
The main event, and James, I can't believe they tried to pass this off as if it happened the day after, because they did like one or two lines. The commentary did to try to say this, like he just had an amazing. He had an
yeah. We all know this match was taped like 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh wow, how did Walter like heal his chest and like overnight? Yeah. What did they do on that plane?
A lot of Ben Gay.
Yeah.
What about his hand?
He has Scotty. He has Scotty beam him from Orlando to fucking London. So, that's how you made it in time.
But yeah, Walter versus Rampage Brown, they beat the shit out of each other, James.
What? I still say the holy shit moment was when Rampage Brown picked up Walter and did that tilt-a-whirl fucking sit-out powerbomb.
Oh, yeah.
I marked out. I was like, holy shit, did he pick Walter up like that?
Yep.
And he slammed him with authority.
Rampage Brown's a big dude, so
that's a strong fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't drop Walter, he drove him.
Yeah.
I thought Walter, I was like, he didn't have to sell because he felt that, because you saw the look on Walter's face.
Yeah. But
I was like, I thought that was I thought that match was good. I thought that match was stiff. I give props to Rampage Brown. I didn't think he was that good actually. But you showed me a little something. It was good stuff.
I mean, yeah, two days in a row, those UK title matches, so good.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, I know this one was taped who knows how many weeks in advance.
I think it was like 3 weeks in advance, 4 weeks in advance, something like that.
It might be a little over a month ago because I only know because of Mako Satomura's travel schedules.
Oh, okay.
She had to go do some stuff in Japan, like in between tapings. So I kind of know like the taping schedule because of that. But yeah, I thought that was a good episode. I didn't really think it needed to be given this prelude title. It really
No,
wasn't.
it could have been
It
a
really
regular
wasn't.
NXT show, you know.
Yeah, it'd just be a regular NXT UK episode. It wasn't.
Now, I got a question for you, Pedro. Do you keep the strap on Walter? Like, how long do you keep the strap on Walter?
You know what? I don't know. So you know what the original plans were rumored to be, don't you?
What?
So they were going to do a takeover at Dublin, like before the COVID stuff. They were planning a takeover Dublin,
Right.
and you might recall that they had Finn Balor over on NXT UK for a while,
Right. Yeah. I remember that.
and doing stuff against Imperium, etc. So the rumor was at Takeover Dublin they were going to have Balor beat Walter for the title. So I mean, we'll talk about this in a little bit, but yeah, Balor may be free in the future to make that happen if they do. I think they still intend to do a Takeover Dublin in the future. So
I'm gonna start a hashtag. I want Ilya Dragunov as the UK champion.
you know, I wouldn't mind if they kept it on Walter like a longer time, but he's had it like a full 2 years now.
Yeah.
So that's long.
Well, hey, it's hard to say a full 2 years is because they wasn't wrestling for 6 months.
Right,
Remember?
yeah, that's true.
There was no UK for 6 months. So
how was the Santos Escobar match?
Oh, well,
we're gonna get to that in a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna get to that right now, Zeus, because NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver Night 2. I just want to say real fast, the pre-show match was shit. The Breezango versus Dillian Kane, or what's his name? Killian Dane or
Yeah.
and Drake Maverick?
Killian Dane and Drake Maverick, yeah.
It's the most
Billy and Maine.
Yeah, it was just the most pedestrian, paint by numbers kind of.
Yeah, that's how the Zoe Stark match was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a nothing match. And then we have the opening of Night 2. And you remember I was like, why don't they shell out the money for Adam and the Ants to Stand and Deliver? What the hell? Well, they have this kid, Poppy, whoever the hell she is, some kid. And she just butchers the Adam and the Ants song. She totally butchers And then she goes into Melt Banana territory.
It sounded like she was sucking on moose cock while trying to sing. It was brutal.
Are y'all familiar with Melt Banana?
With what?
No.
Melt Banana. So there's a Japanese noise rock band from the 90s and into the 2000s called Melt Banana. And the female singer will be like, screaming like, and they'll just be bursts of like. So that was kind of what it went from this horrible butchery of Adam and the Ant Stand and Delivered into this.
Hey, Zeus,
Yeah.
in plain English, she sounded like shit.
Yeah, it was terrible. So I regretted putting that out in the universe. Like, why didn't they just put the song? Well, they're like, oh, we'll give you the song. We'll give you that song. But they Zeus, they opened Night 2 with the Cruiserweight Unification title match, the ladder match, Jordan Devlin versus Escobar. What happened, James?
Well, they started off pretty good. I like the face-to-face. They were talking shit to each other in the middle of the ring. And Jordan Devlin looked like he was trying to break fucking Phantasma's face. Fucking Pablo Escobar, he was trying to hide his head from those headbutts, So, I think there was like some legit pride for this match, Like, hold on, I'm the fucking champ. No, I am. And, they started to get into it and, they started to get a little stiff. They were each showing each other's moves. It was good. It looked like a baby. It looked like for a minute that Pablo Escobar was playing babyface. Because everybody was booing Devlin, and like he was doing his drop kicks, he was doing his arm drags. I was like, look at Pablo Escobar play the babyface role.
Pablo Escobar.
Okay, so it was some good stuff. There was some good stuff with the ladders. It wasn't anything revolutionary. It wasn't anything that's going to turn your head. It was standard ladder match stuff, but it was good. It was good.
It
was good.
Yeah, I think you're 100% correct. It was a good match, but it was your standard kind of ladder match in a way.
Right. It wasn't anything that makes you go, "Oh my god!" It wasn't,
The finish was kind of he headbutted Devlin off the ladder, and Devlin like he
crashed through the ladder. He sold that real well.
Oh yeah, and that shot of him like over his shoulder, and you see like the blood on his shoulder and stuff. And Escobar is like on top of the ladder. That was a great shot. I mean,
and Pablo Escobar is your new undisputed NXT Cruiserweight champion. His son came out too with the mask on. That was hot.
Yeah. His Chocolatito was out there.
Yeah. I was like, what a babyface moment before a heel. How nice is this?
Right.
So there are some things I want to say though, real fast. One, so he had the Phantasma mask when he walked out to the ring, right?
Yeah, his ring gear looked hot.
Yeah, so he had the Phantasma mask when he walked out to the ring, and the commentators were like, he had that mask that was paying tribute to all the past luchadors in their history. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's him and his dad's mask. Like, fuck off.
Why it's typical WWE, Pedro. They don't want to acknowledge the wrestler's past. Oh, come on, you know that. You know?
Then what was the other thing? There was something. Oh, he called Devlin Cabron.
Yeah, no, I love that. He was cursing him out in Spanish.
Okay. Yeah, James, he called Devlin Cabron. And Beth Phoenix goes, he called him a cockroach. And I'm like,
no.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, everyone knows what cockroach is in Spanish already.
Yeah.
I thought she said that on purpose, Pedro.
I think she said idiot.
She was being facetious. She was being facetious
to cover up the.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was being facetious. Yeah.
Because because the way the Peacock.
I didn't think about that. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just like, you gotta be shitting me. But yeah. Then we had the NXT.
Very happy for Hijo del Fantasma.
Yeah, but what does that leave Devlin?
Back to the UK.
Back to the UKKK.
They're gonna put him on a cargo trawler. They're flying back. They're gonna put him on a cargo trawler.
Do they make another belt for the UK though?
No, I don't think so.
Do they make another belt for the NXT UK? I don't know. Maybe
that would defeat the whole purpose of this match.
Well, WWE has done strangest shit. I mean, come on. How many times they separated belts, put it back together, separated, put it back together? I mean, True.
I don't know. James.
All right, what was next?
The women's tag team title match, Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell.
Indy Hartwell. Daniel's new favorite.
No. All I said was I did not know she had such a nice caboose. I
you didn't know she was an apple bottom girl? No,
I had no idea. The gear she wore definitely showed off the caboose. It was like, that made us think, like, whoa, okay. That match was all right. I thought it was
pretty good. It was pretty well. Ember Moon is good.
Kill herself, so yeah.
Ember Moon is good, and so is Candice LeRae. She's good. Yeah. So Shotzi Blackheart is good. She's a little crazy, but she's good. And you know what? Indy Blackheart's getting better. So I expected a good match. It was a good match. There were some good spots.
It was a fun match.
It was fun.
Yeah, Ember Moon and Candice LeRae were the best ones in the match. Shotzi Blackheart, I'm not going to say she's good.
She's good, Pedro.
She's a good character. She's got a lot of charisma. That I think.
She has a lot of energy and a lot of emotion.
Yeah, we react to that, but she's very sloppy. She's very, very sloppy.
She is a little sloppy, but that's what you have Ember Moon there for.
I am happy she did not she seems to have dropped that Brazilian kick thing lately. So I'm happy she is. I don't know if they heard the episode where I bitched on her shitty version of it, but I'm happy she seems to have dropped that lately. So because that looked like shit, and so I'm glad.
It was a fun match, though. All four of those, I'm not gonna lie, all four of the women were very emotional in this match. You notice that they brought it. They were very emotional, all four of them. You know, they were like, "No, fuck you, I'm gonna do this." You know.
Hey James, that title needed a good match. So
yeah, it did, and they got one.
Match, yeah, so,
right. They finally got it.
They haven't. They're still searching for a classic match for it. But
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come. It'll come.
Then we had a North American title match: Johnny Gargano versus Bronson Reed.
That was a good fucking match.
I thought that was a really good match. I was surprised.
That was a good match, man. Who knew Bronson Reed could work like that?
Oh yeah, but I've seen people kind of shit on that match online.
Why? He was working the Johnny Gargano. He worked that match. He worked that match like he actually worked that match like Gargano.
And you know what's funny, James? They say the match was too long and stuff, and I'm thinking about like what happens with the main event. Like, oh, you guys.
Yeah, you want to talk about too long? Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
During the main event, I made a short stack of pancakes. Came back, the match was still going on. Come on.
But yeah, Bronson Reed, that was like a star-making match.
Yeah, who knew that he could work like that? He worked like he was Johnny Gargano.
When he busted out that moonsault, it felt like a
yeah, man.
Like holy shit!
And he sold for Gargano, made Gargano look really good.
Yeah, I mean, both guys did a good job. It was a really good match.
Was that the match where there was a Miss Hurricane Rana and Brunson did?
Yes, that happened early. Yeah,
early in the match. Yeah,
yeah, that did happen. Yes.
Yep.
It happened. Yes.
That was Johnny Gargano. Oops.
Austin Theory was funny in the that deal. Then you had
it was good. It was good. Gargano retained, so as he should.
Then you had the NXT title match: Finn Balor defending against Karrion Kross.
That was a good match. I thought it was a good match. I thought Kross sold well. It was smart, because everybody thought Kross was going to butcher the shit out of Finn Balor. So actually, Finn Balor took out Kross's ribs and his arm. So I thought it was pretty good that's how they told that story. Yeah. I think somebody must have pissed somebody off, because they were feeling each other out, throwing little powder puff punches, and then all of a sudden it got real quick.
Yeah.
Somebody must have said something, because all of a sudden Karrion Kross came around and just laid a fucking clothesline on Balor that I thought he decapitated him. And then the punches started flying. I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, Balor kind of slapped the fuck out of him.
Yeah, he slapped the shit out of him, man. You saw Kross's face, and Kross was like, okay. And then all of a sudden, you see the back of Balor's neck. It was purple. Because he was laying in those elbows. I was like, Jesus Christ, the guy can't even get up.
I thought it was a really good match. I didn't have a problem with the match. Like you said, it had a strong in-ring narrative, had a good story. I wish the result was different, just because I had my own fantasy booking.
I like the way they used Scarlett.
Yeah. What did you think of those weird spike things sticking out of her skin? That was weird.
It's fine, whatever. It's a pay-per-view, so they're trying to garner attention. I mean, she's not a traveling whore, so she's got to get attention too. But I like the way they used her, how because Kross looked like he was about to tap the Balor, and you saw Scarlett just reach over the ring rope and shouting at Kross, and fucking Kross's face just turned and he broke out of the hole. So I liked how they did that. I like the finish. I like Kross's champ because he's being billed as undefeated. Yeah. So he never lost a match in NXT. He was never beaten for the strap. He was forced to relinquish it. So I get the narrative, and you know what? I'm with that. It's fine. I understand. Balor wasn't supposed to be holding this belt anyway, so it's fine.
But the
You
thing
know?
was, Balor did such a great job.
He did. He did. He
Like,
did.
he did better than I would have ever imagined he was going to do in this.
Well,
time.
that's why he wanted to go back to NXT and had no problem with it. It's because, I mean, him and Kyle O'Reilly putting on 5-star matches in NXT, or he could have been stuck in mid-card status with a 2-minute match on Raw.
Those matches were really good. They weren't 5-star matches.
No, you get my point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That match with Pete Dunne at the last takeover was so.
That was a great match.
That was. But
I like Cross as new champ. You know, you have a new night for NXT. Have a new champ. You know.
Oh, I'm gonna feel bad if I don't bring this up. Cross must have borrowed some of the ring gear from Black Taurus.
Either that or it was I am Spartacus. He came out with fucking Spartacus gear on.
Well, Black Taurus wears like stuff like that. That's why I was like, "Oh, Black Taurus," because they both were work together.
I mean, are you wrestling for a championship or are you trying to conquer Rome? Which one is it?
It's all of it. It's all of it. Then we get the main event, James.
Oh,
the unsanctioned match.
I was hyped for this match.
Hey, you know, we should have known something was up, James. You want to know why?
Why?
They changed Adam Cole's music.
I was pissed. There was no Adam Cole, baby. There was no there was none of that. The music sucked. It fell flat. Even the look on his face wasn't the same. His walk to the ring was different. Everything felt different. It was off. Now, the only way I'm okay with this, if they're saving the song for when they bring back Undisputed Era sometime down the line. And then the song drops and everybody goes crazy.
Maybe.
Okay, but until then, I was not happy with that. But I was really amped up for this match. I wanted to see it. I thought, because I've seen these two been wrestling against each other and fucking with each other and against each other for like 20 fucking years. I mean, you know, you can go back to Ring of Honor, you can go back to CZW, you can go back, you know, all kinds of shit.
I think it's more like 10, 12 years, but
yeah, something like that. 150 years. Who gives a shit? You know, but it's a long time. Okay, and so I expected greatness.
Well, you know,
Pedro, what we got was not great. It was ridiculous.
James, at one point, I think when we got to the point where Adam Cole saved himself with the tire iron. Okay, no, wait a second. But listen. Okay, so if that spot had led into the finishing stretch, the match, we probably would be praising this match a lot more. Okay, but that from that spot, the tire iron spot on, it went like that. Instead of acting as the thing that leads to the finish, it was like the thing that led to 20 minutes of escalation of absurdity.
I thought the only thing, you're absolutely right, Pedro. I thought the only thing that could possibly stop any one of these guys from winning the match was kryptonite. Because all of a sudden they turned into Superman. Okay, I get hit in the head with a tire iron, no problem. He wraps a chain around his leg and drops a leg drop, no problem. He gets put through the grating, no problem. He gets dropped from a helicopter, run over by a car, but hit by a locomotion, no problem. You know, it was getting ridiculous at one point.
Multiple points, not 1 point, multiple points. And
I'm sorry, Kyle O'Reilly got to start with that chain around his. It took him 20 minutes to wrap the fucking chain around his leg.
Yeah, the chain stuff got real annoying in that match because I mean, like when he set it up in for the finish, okay, he set it up around the corner, but then they did stuff for about 3 minutes before he went to using it, and I was like, so why'd you set it up in the corner and then go to do other shit? And it's like, oh, I know the answer is like, so it's there for him to do the finish, but you're like, but that. You have to get there in a more logical way. You can't just like, I got to set this up for 5 minutes later. Like,
yeah, it started off good. It was interesting. And then it started getting stupid. And Pedro, I completely agree. if the tire iron spot actually led to a pinfall, it would have been a great match.
Well, I'm not saying like it has to lead to the pinfall, but that
But no, Pedro, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, Pedro, that makes sense. You get hit with a tire iron, you're not getting up. So if it led to the pinfall, that makes sense. I can get with that.
Didn't it? I felt like that point in the match was like we were reaching the natural finish of the match.
Yes. Instead, we got a 4.5 hour marathon or some shit.
Yeah, it went on for like another 20 minutes from that point, and it's like 20. It's not like they just kept.
I could have watched the fucking. I could have watched the Snyder cut during that time of that match. It was like, come on.
It was like 20 minutes of setting up like stuff, and like how many times did Kyle O'Reilly get like legit murdered and he just survives every
Did you see his back?
Oh yeah, his back was all fucked up. But like,
I mean, he should have been pinned a long time ago.
Kyle O'Reilly got like murdered multiple times and he kept living. So he's a zombie basically.
Yeah. He had extra quarters. He put in for extra life. Yeah.
Adam Cole didn't just save himself with a tire iron. They repeated that spot like 2 more times.
Yeah.
Once with a chain, I think another time with a chair. So like Adam Cole saving himself with weapons became a thing. Like you do it one time, it works. You do it again and again, you're like we just saw.
What was the spot with the pliers?
That was dumb. Like he gets the pliers and he gets this look like, oh, I'm gonna do something with the pliers. Then it's like he's going for the eye or something, but then what's his face blocks it and it just goes away and the pliers never appear again.
I thought he was gonna play dentist or something. It was stupid. It made no sense.
That would have made sense because his girlfriend and stuff, but
yeah. But it just I don't get it. Now I get the finish.
Yeah, but
I get Bobby. I get Kyle O'Reilly going over. I get that.
Yeah.
I get Adam Cole doing a stretcher job. I get that. But how they led to it was ridiculous.
James,
I mean, come on, man. After he got put through the floor, I mean, come on. He gets put through the whole gate.
Okay, that when they went through that entrance ramp deal. Okay. First off, they were that was like in the middle of so much dumb escalation. So it's like, oh, here comes another trope. They're going through a thing. But then like Adam Cole gets out. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly are both tiny dudes. Okay, these are tiny dudes. Adam Cole gets out, and then to get Kyle O'Reilly out, he like kicks out the side of the entrance ramp.
Yeah,
I know it's just like cardboard or whatever, but you're just like
it was all sheetrock.
Yeah, it doesn't make him look like a badass. It just makes him look like the skinny dude doing some geeky shit to fit.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Pedro, because you know what I thought of?
What?
I was like, is this the WWE's answer to the NXT fucking to AEW's match with John Moxley and Kegel Mania? Is this their reaction to that match?
I don't know. But what I want to tell you was about that finish. It was a brutal finish. Like that move should kill someone.
Yeah, with the chair. Yeah.
And like they sold it. And they sold it appropriately, but after everything, they had so many murder finishes up to this point. I don't care at that point.
Right.
To the thing, I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. Like I just seen because y'all survive, machine guns and whatever else. Like I don't. What do I care at this point? Like
that's what I'm saying. Because the only thing that could stop either one of them had to be kryptonite. Because all of a sudden there was Superman.
You said, was this the answer to that Moxley Omega match? I mean,
is this their response? It's, AEW had this fucking throwback match to, FMW days and blah, blah, blah. So I guess is this their answer to that?
I mean, this didn't feel like an FMW type of match, though.
No, but, instead, they wanted to show AEW how to do it, but instead it went stupid ridiculous.
How many times have I criticized Adam Cole on our show about his finisher killing and bullshit?
Yeah, a lot of times.
Okay, so this felt like any of his matches that just goes out of control.
So what is he moving up to the main roster? Because he will fail.
Well, yeah, he's gonna fail because he's a tiny dude.
He's going to fail stupendously on the main roster. I mean, unless he's pushing, because Shawn Michaels, that's Shawn Michaels' boy. So, I mean, unless he's pushed like Shawn Michaels was, small guy in a big man's world, he could do it.
I mean, he has a good super kick, but it's moot. It has no value. So,
And he takes the beating, that's for sure.
apparently, he has weapons on hand to survive any predicament. So,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to watch NXT this Tuesday to find out, I mean, I want to see what they're going to do with Pablo Escobar now, and with Carrie Cross as the belt, and now with fucking, what's her name now? I keep forgetting her name now.
Oh, Frankie Monet?
Frankie Monet. How come you couldn't call her Taya Monet? That would have been fine. But Frankie Monet? Really?
What about LA Knight? I mean,
Yeah, that's another fucking disaster. He got pinned first. I was so excited for Eli Drake, and they fucked that up.
They have fucked up Eli Drake pretty fast. But I mean, you know what, James? I think he killed himself on that first promo.
Yeah, he fucked that up. Yeah.
Because that first promo, like the delivery was good, but what he was saying was stupid as fuck.
Made no sense. It was like 1978 promo.
Yeah, and it was
horrible.
The end of night 2 really kind of soured the whole thing in a way. I don't know why. It's just like, I guess because we were all we had so much expectation for that match, and then
I had very high expectations for that match.
That's what we get for having expectations.
Horrible. I know, because I keep saying to myself the same thing every week, every Saturday morning. I want to wake up ready and energized, but fucking Mrs. Zero just can't do it.
Oh my God. Zeus, don't watch that main event.
Of who?
Of the night 2 of NXT TakeOver. Don't watch that main event.
I don't think we got to worry about that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think Zeus is watching anything NXT, so I think we're safe.
And YYH, they did Devlin and Escobar. It was the opening match of night 2 of TakeOver.
That was possibly the best match on the card. Night 2. Maybe.
I feel like both the North American title match and the NXT title match were better matches, but
you know what, Pedro? You're right. I stand corrected.
Oh, I don't know. I just feel like they were better matches, but
because fucking Bronson Reed put on a show.
But Escobar won, Phantasmo won YYH, and yes, this is WrestleMania week. Thanks for asking that, YYH. Because
it starts tonight.
It starts tonight. Y'all want to preview WrestleMania?
Sure, why not? Let's do it.
So, night 1, we have Bobby Lashley defending the WWE title against Drew McIntyre. Any
singles match for the WWE title. Wow, man. Isn't that crazy? It's like that. I mean, has the Raw title ever been so low on the card?
I'm saying it's the opening match. Are you sure that's right, Pedro?
It is right. Yeah. McIntyre was quoted as saying he's looking forward to being the first guy out of the curtain with the crowd back.
I don't agree. I don't agree with how they're positioning them. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this.
Well, first off, don't y'all think it was dumb for them to split up the Hurt Locker or whatever they were called?
Hurt Locker? Yeah. That was a good movie. Yeah, no, Hurt Business was awesome. Yeah.
Sorry, Hurt. Hurt Locker was that the PTSD movie, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Yeah, it was a Jeremy Renner. Yeah. I like Hurt Business was awesome, man. Especially when they held all the straps.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, Shelton. Now, what are they going to do with Shelton and Cedric?
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like Bobby Lashley having the title seems to have a lot of energy to it. It seems to have a lot of life to it.
I like Lashley as the champ, not for nothing, but yeah, I totally agree. Pedro, he brings that oomph,
I feel like it's not a good move to be like, we're going to use him as transition so Drew can win in front of a crowd.
For all that, then you should have left it on the Miz.
Yeah, or just left it on Drew McIntyre this whole time. I don't know.
Well, I mean, who knows? Anyway.
Okay, then you have Bad Bunny. Who the fuck is Bad Bunny? Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus The Miz and John Morrison. So what's Bad Bunny? I haven't been watching. What is Bad Bunny?
He's a recording artist.
So
he's won like 2 Grammys, and his lifelong dream was to be a WWE superstar, and he had the 24/7 championship on the Grammys.
What?
Yeah,
he's the 24/7 champion.
He was, and he brought the belt onto the Grammys. Okay.
Is he a rapper?
Yeah, it's like he's like Pitbull, but
Pimple? What? Say what?
Pitbull. He's like Pitbull.
Oh God, Jesus Christ! Pitbull is shit.
So
he's like that, something like that,
Right. So I got criticized by a lot of people because, I don't know who the fuck Bad Bunny was. So
Bad Bunny.
But it's so funny because all these people who are like, "Oh, you're old," I'm like, you didn't talk to him before. Nobody in the wrestling community talked about Bad Bunny before he started.
Nobody knew who the fuck he was, Zeus. Don't feel bad. Nobody knew.
Not before February.
Nobody knew.
Hey,
everybody that says you were a big Bad Bunny fan before February, you're a fucking liar.
Yeah.
My 19-year-old cousin doesn't even know who Bad Bunny is. She's into all that shit. She was like, "Yeah, he's all right. I forgot that he existed."
Yeah. See, so.
Yeah.
So you got Bad Bunny and
Damian. No, why Bad Bunny cannot fight, but he tries.
The walking robot Damian Priest.
Dude, do y'all feel bad for John Morrison that this is the spot?
No, I feel bad for fucking Damian Priest. This is what they put him in.
Yeah, that's true. Some of these NXT call-ups, they are not getting a good thing. Their momentum gets just killed once they go up.
All you got to say is 2 words: Keith Lee.
Yeah, Keith Lee. Well, moving on, the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods defend the Raw Tag Team titles against AJ Styles and Omos. Omos is the 7-foot bodyguard, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
7 foot. I guy's like 9'8", some shit like that.
Yeah, well, however tall he is. I don't have
interest
about it.
I have no interest. I have no interest in any of these matches you've mentioned so far. It doesn't even feel like a WrestleMania. It feels like a shitty Raw house show.
Oh, well, this one's going to pique your interest, James. You ready?
I'm ready.
In a steel cage, Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon.
Oh, my God. You mean Shane McMahon annual I dive off the top of the cage time of year match? Really?
No, I bet you he's going to get chased out of the cage, climb up on top of that fucking pirate ship, and he's going to jump off the crow's nest to the fucking ground. Just to try to show Vince that he's worthy to be.
You know what? The only way that works if Shane McMahon dies on the fall, then it'll be spectacular.
Damian Priest has never been in AEW because he was in.
Hold on, what? Stop. Damian Priest will kill everyone in AEW number one, and AEW doesn't deserve Damian Priest.
No, but I mean he has not been in AEW.
No, he's never been in AEW.
He's been in the WWE system that whole time.
He was in New Japan. He was in AAA, but never AEW.
Yeah, he's not been in AEW. The names probably sound familiar with someone else, but it wasn't him. Where
was he in New Japan, Juice? I forgot his name.
Wasn't like something Martinez or Punishment Martinez or some shit?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So You go from Braun Strowman, Shane McMahon in a steel cage to this match sounds a little more promising. Cesaro versus Seth Rollins.
I can get into that.
Yeah, that should be a good match.
Yeah, I can get into that. Although, again, it doesn't sound like a WrestleMania match, but I can get into it.
Then that's so dumb. You have a tag team turmoil match. The winner receives a shot at the women's tag team titles on night 2. And it's Lana and Naomi versus Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose versus Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott versus Natalya and Tamina versus Billie Kay and Carmella.
You know what? I can actually get into that. Yeah. Only because I can see them trying to steal the show.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking teams and 4 turnbuckles. How the fuck are you going to work this fucking?
That's a good point, Zeus. Holy shit. You're right.
Just Battle Royal. Just take
Battle Royal. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it'd be easier.
Hey, why don't they just put Peyton and Billie Kay back together? Why don't they just...
Iconic!
I mean, they should just put those two back together.
Oh God, I'd rather listen to fucking somebody chewing chalk.
Well, what about... Oh, man. What about the main event? For the SmackDown Women's title.
I keep picturing fucking Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah.
But the main event of night 1 is for the women's SmackDown. The SmackDown Women's title is Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair all day long, and then have Io Shirai interfere at the end. That should be how they do it.
Oh,
that should be how they do it, like that. Do it like that. I'll be happy.
I've said before that because I was out of the loop. It seemed Bianca Belair's push seemed to come out of nowhere because she was doing nothing in November. To then winning the Rumble in January, I was like, what happened? But I will say it does seem like she needs to win this match.
Oh yeah,
I mean it does feel like she needs to win the title in this main event.
Apology accepted. YYHH. Adam Priest is no Damian Priest. Let me tell you that. Okay, all right.
I don't know who Adam Priest is, but yeah. So that's night 1. Not the strongest card, I guess. You gotta have Bianca win, have all the pomp and circumstance, but the celebration, the streamers, everybody come out, and then right when you go off air, have Io Shirai show up. Because hey, bitch, remember me? Bomb. Oh, you know what, James? You have her jump off the pirate ship.
She jumps off the pirate ship, grabs a beer and a popcorn on her way down. Yes, Shirai.
Because she likes to jump off things. It's like they tell Io Shirai like it's an NXT match, takeover. Pretend it's Hurricane Hall, and she's like, I will jump off something high. So then we have night 2. You've got Asuka defending the Raw Women's title again.
And you know what? I'm going to watch tonight too, like an idiot. Well, you know what? I'll be watching. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, Pedro.
I won't be seeing any of this live.
I'm going to watch both nights live just for you, Pedro. Okay?
Yes, thank you. Asuka versus Rhea Ripley for the Raw title. Shitty build up to this, but
well, yeah, because it was supposed to be Charlotte Flair. Yeah. It was supposed to be Charlotte Flair. So.
You know what's weird? It was supposed to be Charlotte Flair versus Lacey Evans. Is the weird thing in this whole thing that was the plan. Yeah, that was the original plan, but Lacey got pregnant, right? Yeah. It's so crazy.
No, not by Ric Flair.
Any thoughts on that match? It should be a good match if they get.
Well, you got to keep the bell on Asuka because it's had absolutely no build-up, so it would be a waste to change. It would be a waste of a title switch, I think.
I don't know.
You want to do it for shock value? Okay.
I mean, I just don't know. I honestly, I don't think it matters that much what they do there. They've done so bad with Kana Asuka on the main roster, so it doesn't really matter. She's won everything at this point. It doesn't matter what she does.
Yeah, that or Becky Lynch shows up out of the blue. Who knows?
She's making that bank, so it doesn't matter really at this point. Speaking of Becky Lynch, there are a lot of rumors that her and Bayley are going to be doing something.
Yeah, because Bayley's not on the card, right?
Yeah, she's not on the card. There's a lot of rumors.
How do you keep Bayley off the card? She's like the best heel. Heel Bayley's the best character.
It's funny. Like last year, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Asuka like carried the company during that hard COVID era.
Yeah, I agree.
And they've kind of screwed 2/3 of that out quite a bit, and the fallout from it. So,
well, then and then Charlotte, that she got a false positive on a pregnancy test.
Yeah.
And so she's out, which is stupid.
Yeah.
But
then supposedly she got positive for COVID, but who knows?
Yeah, because she's got COVID. That's why she's on a WrestleMania, right?
It could be one of those. And CML sometimes when the fans want something, and this past year, and they don't, the people magically get COVID. So it's been happening. So it could be a thing like that. They're like, you got COVID, you're out. Like it's hard to say if she actually has COVID or not.
But all of this came. Is it me, or is this a strange coincidence that all of this stuff happened to Charlotte at the time that Andrade got released?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, is that just a coincidence, or
and that whole deal is weird. Andrade had those interviews 2 nights in a row with Mexican media online. And he's the one who put out the thing about Charlotte and the pregnancy. Then Charlotte had to clarify. And then the next one, Charlotte appeared more than once on screen during Andrade's interview. She even sat down with him, next to him, during one of those interviews. I was kind of like, there are people saying like she's never going to leave the WWE. Then that happened. I was like, I'm not so sure. But anyways, the Fiend with Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton.
Again.
Yeah.
Again.
It's just a singles match. It's not like a cinematic match, or it's not a death.
Yeah, Zeus, how many times do we get to see this match, Zeus? How many times we need to see this match, honestly?
A lot of times, James.
And this is Burn Victim Fiend, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's a new gimmick.
It's completely different.
Alexa Bliss, didn't she pin Randy Orton?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, she pinned him.
Why do we care if the Fiend pinned him?
Yeah. She pinned them all right. Yeah, Randy's wife wasn't too happy with that, by the way.
He pinned them all right. I can't imagine anyone being into this stuff, but
Zeus said it right. She was already pinned by Alexa, so why do we care?
Hey,
right?
You know what? I'm going to tell y'all something. I have friends who watch pretty much just WWE.
Yeah.
And they are way into this feud, and I can't believe it. Every time I hear it, I can't believe that they're into it, but they're into it. To them, they say like it takes them back to
the only way to be interesting is that Randy's wife comes out with Randy Orton and beats the shit out of Alexa Bliss in the ring. That's how it'll be interesting.
I don't think anything they do will be interesting, but I mean the Burn Victim Fiend looks like a mummy thing. I don't know. It's whatever.
Weird.
It don't matter. I don't know what this stipulation is for this next match. I don't know what this means, but Big E defends the Intercontinental title in a Nigerian drum fight against Apollo Crews.
Look, I like the heel turn by Apollo Crews. He's a good talent. He's a good wrestler. He's good. his personality needs to come out some way. If this is how they're going to do it, fine. Is it a stupid gimmick? Yeah, kind of. But you know what? It seems to be working, so we'll see where it leads.
What's a Nigerian drum fight?
I have no fucking clue.
Apparently, it's saying it's no DQ, no count out. Like a hardcore match.
Okay.
Oh.
So
okay.
what? He gets hit in the head with a drum, and then boom, that's it.
Somehow,
I don't know. I really don't know. But
does Big E break into a drum solo? I mean, like what's what's going on?
I don't know.
Okay, well, what about this? Tell me what y'all think about this. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, who has Logan Paul with him.
Okay. All right. Now, I personally watched Sami Zayn and for Kevin Owens put on one of the most best matches I've ever seen live in person at NXT house show. All right, back in the day. Okay, so I know these two can make magic in the ring together. This is not going to be one of those nights. That's all I got to say about that. And you know what? I'm a big Kevin Owens guy, but this is not it.
Hey, do y'all remember last year Kevin Owens jumped off that deal, put Seth Rollins through the table and beat Seth Rollins?
Yeah.
And now a year later, he's just in a match where Sami Zayn has a celebrity guest with him.
I mean, who is that guy? Is he from YouTube or something?
Yeah, he's the asshole who he went into that suicide area of Japan that and was filming and
that's him.
Yeah,
that's him.
Oh, somebody punched him in the face.
His brother is that Jake Paul guy who does the boxing or whatever.
I didn't know he was the guy who went into Japan doing that whole shit. That's him?
Yep.
Oh, Paul drive him.
The Paul brothers have they're so controversial. I'm legit shocked they're involved with this because
I think the Paul brothers need to. I think the Paul brothers need to meet the Sono brothers. Then we get it on.
But the thing is, they've been involved in so many almost toxic controversies. No company would be touching them.
I didn't know that was him. I didn't know that was that guy.
Well,
who should be? They should have Logan Paul in a match against New Jack.
I don't think WWE wants to get sued.
I'm gonna disrespect your dead body, motherfucker.
Hey, let me ask y'all something.
I can see New Jack stabbing him in the neck 16 times.
Did Matt Riddle lose his first name? Is he just Riddle now?
Yeah, just Riddle.
Okay, Riddle defends the United States.
I'm just waiting for somebody to say, "Riddle me this."
Right.
He defends against Sheamus, the U.S. title. Does anyone care? Does it matter?
Yawn.
Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defend with Reginald, Zeus and I, we play that WWE Slam game and that card game. And I've been getting a lot of cards for this Reginald fucker. And I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. Who is Reginald? He's apparently with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, and they face the winner of the tag team turmoil.
He was originally with Carmella in the beginning, and then he tried to get with Sasha Banks. I don't know. Was he originally from 205 Live, Zeus?
Who?
Yeah.
Fuck if I know.
I thought he was on 205 Live for some shit.
I don't know. I've never heard of him. I thought he was like a boom mic operator.
I've been getting cards with his face on it a lot this week, and I'm just like,
who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, he's just like in a. I don't know if you've seen those cards.
Yeah, it's like a polo shirt.
Yeah, he's just like in a polo shirt thing.
I think he was originally on 205 Live. Then he disappeared because he got hurt, and then here he is again.
This reminds me of that. There is a takeover where some dude showed up to help out Swerve, and I was like, "Who's this guy?" And James was like, "You know this guy," and I was like, "I don't know this guy."
Yeah, Pedro, I remember that. Yeah, I even forgot his name now. Look.
I don't remember who it is either. Shit. Hey, but the main event, triple threat for the Universal title, Roman Reigns defends against Edge and Daniel Bryan.
Okay, is it a foregone conclusion that Edge is going to win this?
I don't know, because I've seen a lot of people thinking it might be Daniel Bryan, but I mean, Edge seems to make the most sense as far as a feel-good WrestleMania moment.
Yeah, right, because he came back, he won the Royal Rumble, he did his shit with Randy Orton out of retirement, blah, blah, blah.
But didn't he do some kind of heel turn recently?
I don't know.
Well, this whole angle, like all three of them are playing heels, aren't they?
What?
Even Daniel Bryan, right?
No, Daniel Bryan's a face. He's a baby.
Yeah, he's a face. He's still a face?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. I would keep it on Roman Reigns, to be honest, but
yeah,
it doesn't really matter what they do.
Not for nothing, but all this shit that we're talking, right? I'll be watching both nights, only because it's WrestleMania.
Oh, shit.
So it's funny, right?
I'll pick and choose what I watch from it.
Oh, also, want to mention too. I know we're running long, but Jushin Thunder Liger was
inducted finally
into the Hall of Fame.
I didn't see the Hall of Fame, dude.
I didn't see it either, but
I saw it, and let me tell you something. Okay, it is nothing like the way the Hall of Fame usually is. All the winner's speeches were written for them. You can tell because it all sounded the same.
Oh,
you know, all the speeches sounded the same. Yeah. You can tell they were written by the same group of writers. So I get it. You know, you had to fit 2 Hall of Fames in one night because there's no crowd. So they did it in a way where it all be sped up. I understand that. Fine. I am glad that Liger got his moment, even though it's a shitty way to do it. But it's so well deserved. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's look good with the tusk and the mask on. It was kind of cool looking, But he was Liger, Did I need to see Hogan come out with the NWA belt on? No, I didn't need to see that. But I don't want to have a job. I thought JBL's speech again. They were written, but he was trying to be cool and saying, "Do I care what you think? No, because I'm a Hall of Famer. I'm JBL." And it was more like cutting a promo than anything else. So, whatever. Eric Bischoff, come on. I didn't even listen to the Great Khali's one, even though it came with subtitles. But still.
Also very happy for the memory of Davey Boy Smith.
Yes.
Very happy for his family.
Actually, Harry Smith looked good. I don't know why he's not wrestling.
He was doing MLW up till some point last year, so I don't know what he's doing now.
Well, actually, I missed him in New Japan, so he was good in New Japan. I think he should go back there.
Yeah, last year he had a match against Jacob Fatu for the MLW title.
Yeah,
and that match it was a good match because it was like a throwback to old wrestling. Like everything they did made me think of like wrestling from just decades ago. And for some reason, I really enjoyed that match.
He was on Bloodsport this year, I believe.
Oh, look, they're showing Hardcore Justice. Fucking TNA or Impact Wrestling. Hardcore Justice. Who's this in the ring? I have no fucking clue.
Well, we went through a lot I didn't know we were going so long. I didn't pay anything.
It was a WrestleMania weekend, so
Yeah, it's a WrestleMania weekend, so you kind of figured it was going to go long.
yeah.
I guess next week will depend if what schedules are for the Kaiushi Queen, and if we can't get her, then we will. I guess we'll talk about whatever.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
James will give us a review of WrestleMania next week. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm down because like I said, I talk so much shit about WWE. Yet I'm gonna have it on the big screen. I'll be watching.
Hey, I understand actually.
You know, I'm gonna have the surround sound going. I'm gonna make it a moment. I'm gonna see if I can get into it. You know, outdoor stadium fans. I'm gonna see how it plays out.
James, you probably know this already, but a word to everyone out there: if you watch on Peacock Live, you cannot pause it. You cannot go back. You have to wait until it's over to do that stuff. So,
Fun times.
wait until the replay version is available.
I want to see how Peacock handles this too. You know, because I was not thrilled with night one of NXT how they handled it. Because it was a simultaneous broadcast, so same thing with USA Network. So
every time they went to commercials, the sound would go off.
Yeah. So actually, night two went pretty smooth. So let's see how this works. But I hear that because I have friends in Tampa, and they say that they can see some of the sets from outside the stadium, and it looks ridiculous.
Oh, I've seen drone pictures. I've seen drone pictures. Yeah, it's a giant pirate ship. It looks cool.
Oh, they've got full blown pictures on.
Oh, do they now? Okay.
Because I hear the set looks ridiculous.
So yeah, it should look good. Although, James, I hear there's like a huge storm coming. To that area.
Yeah.
True.
Yep. It's supposed to pour, but then again, it's Florida. It'll come down like hard for half an hour, and then it's sunny the next. So we'll see. I'm staying away from Tampa because because Tampa's very busy today because they got the Yankees and the Rays in Tampa happening in about 15 minutes, and then they have the all-day WrestleMania thing, and so like Raymond J Stadium and Tropicana Field, and they're not far from each other, so it's going to be it's going to be a bit of a mess down there in Tampa. And it's supposed to pour, so we'll see. I'm staying away.
Well, I want to thank YYH for joining us in the chat room.
Double Y, double H.
Everyone watching or listening, wherever y'all are, whenever you watch, thank you. We appreciate it. James, Zeus, either of you have anything to plug?
Not today.
Nope. Going back to appointments, getting pricked and prodded like a human guinea pig, and trying to stay decent in shape and eat right because I went on a binge last week. So it's all good. Gotta have that pizza. I had to have that pizza. I had to have the coal oven, the brick oven, awesome stuff.
I don't know why I'm doodling so much on guitar, but everyone stay safe. Tuesday evenings, looking at cards right here on my YouTube channel, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific. Thursday. I'm sorry, Pedro. Let's all tune in to New Japan to see if Velasquez Bell actually turns into a fucking robot. Yeah. Does it transform? We will find out. Because it's free on Tuesday, right, Jane?
Yeah. Zeus, right? Yeah, because it's free on Tuesday, you said, right?
Yep.
And Thursday, the Crap Talk Show, Bean and I, that should be on my Patreon. Patreon.com, Texan Spaniard Studios. And we'll see y'all next week. Everyone stay safe, take care, wash your hands. Wear a mask, wash your hands, and get vaccinated. Do all the stuff you need to do. Everyone take care and adios.